Hello, my friends. I hope that everyone had a peaceful and stress-free Monday. I can honestly say that I did not. I had a very stressful Monday. So that's why I'm here to do a review to kind of, get my relaxation on and hopefully show you guys something that you'll enjoy because that's important to me. So before you, I have my Fulcrum. And this thing is 14 and 3/8 inches long of just pure Ultrasabers hugeness and goodness. It's a very, very well made saber. I enjoy it greatly. So let's begin by, I'll give you the tour. So there's your pommel, your cubed pommel. This is kind of two sections here. I think it's just two sections. It kind of connects to this black area here and the black area here. If you remove the pommel, you can't actually get the battery pack with the soundboard out. You have to remove it by the black piece right here. So that's how you gain access to the internals. And we've got a CoverTech wheel here, kind of a little greeble. It's not a very little greeble, it's a very big greeble. As far as I can tell, this is a separate part, but it seems to be made out of aluminum too. And the reason why I think that is because it took a bit of a bite out of it, and this actually came from the factory or from Ultrasabers that way. Had a bit of a bite out of it, which was silver underneath, so that kind of led me to believe that this little plug must come out, and then this thing probably screws in, and it's maybe made out of aluminum. Otherwise, I don't know. So I had this like a little bit of silver kind of showing here, so I just kind of filled it in with some Sharpie, some black Sharpie temporarily, just to sort of hold me over until I get myself, a proper paint job on that to touch it up. The finish is, can you hear it? It's got kind of that weird little texture to it that they like to have on Ultrasabers. It's kind of like a micro knurling, and I always appreciate that. I went with the classic control box with just a standard silver AV switch. The regular box is actually black with kind of some inlays in it. I think it's basically just the same thing, and it's anodized black with these little engravings kind of picked out in the aluminum. So it seems kind of strange that the classic box actually costs you extra. That's just one of those weird little proclivities that Ultrasabers likes to have. So you get your little pins here. These little pins, they do come out. I've got one pin that's sort of not all the way in. I've yet to be able to get that to go in to be even with the other pin, but it's not in danger of coming out, so that's not really a big issue. Two more greebles. This thing actually unscrews and comes off. This one I'm not too sure. I went with the blue. I also have the Lost Gray coming, and I went with the blue on that one as well. I basically went with the same exact setup for my Lost Gray, which is sort of on back order at Ultrasabers ad nauseum. It's I've been waiting for that one. Currently, I think just as long as I waited for this. This took, I can't remember. It was like three and a half months, something like that. Maybe not quite that long. But we're almost at the 4 months for my Lost Gray, so that's kind of depressing. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So there's an inner core here. I haven't removed that or explored how to remove it, but it has kind of a nice little beveling in there. It's anodized in black, and then it's really cool when it gets to the emitter section. It kind of has this hourglass kind of shaped design, and you can see the blade retention screw in there. I think the blade depth is probably to about there, so the blade does go in nice and deep. I've got a just a regular mid-grade, a 32-inch mid-grade blade inserted in there, and I really like the way that the mid-grade blade performs with the LEDs. This one has just the standard consular green, and it has the Sunrares Destiny Flash on Clash. Let me show the other side. You get the little bunny ears here. The bunny ears are pretty much on there firmly. I have a little bit of a looseness issue with this one. I imagine there may be a way to take everything apart and then get in here and tighten this a bit, but I don't want to disassemble this just yet, not until that becomes kind of a more serious problem. My Graphics CE, the bunny ears tend to come loose, but it's pretty easy to kind of tighten those up. So this has a Obsidian V4 soundboard, and I pretty much keep this, I think, to one of the episode fonts, probably episode, I think episode 2. Because to me, that timeline-wise kind of coincides with about the time when, well, it's the Clone Wars. So there you go. And that's when Ahsoka Tano was basically involved in the Star Wars universe, was during the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Of course, this is the hilt that she uses in the Clone Wars. I think she went from possibly green to a blue blade, and then at some point she switched to the I guess they're called Twin Suns, and those are the sabers that she uses in Rebels. So if I've completely messed up that timeline, please let me know. Anyway, so as far as comfort goes, you'd think with all these greebles and things that this thing would be kind of really uncomfortable. I just recently received a Dark Menace. You probably saw my unboxing video for that. There's really nowhere to grip the Dark Menace without it being uncomfortable. It's such a small hilt, and all the greebles, there's about the same number of greebles on that one as there are, or greeblies, as there are on the Dark Menace. The Dark Menace is about, it's probably a good 4 inches shorter, maybe 5. And there's nowhere to really grip it that feels good. Whereas with this, there's plenty of places to kind of grip it. Your hand kind of naturally sort of rests about there. You can kind of hold this as a support. It's very large, so that this tends to work very well as a one-handed saber. And it's not as heavy as you may think. Although for some people it probably would be a bit on the heavy side. For me, it's not really that much of an issue. So let's turn this on. The resonance is really good. The sound is quite loud. Okay, let's see if we can. I believe I did a nighttime LED demonstration of this, so if you want to see how this looks at night, please look for that video. And I'll show you how the Flash on Clash reacts, or I'll try to. The Sunrider's Destiny just appears for really a split second, but I like the effect. It doesn't linger, it's not too overpowering. It's a very subtle effect, and I quite enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if it performs as well on my Lost Gray. When you do the lockup, I don't think it's quite as interesting, but it does serve the function as the lockup. The reason why I like the mid-grade blades is it gives you kind of that effect. It has the aesthetic appearance that you find on Star Wars Rebels with the thin blade, and I kind of do like that. Ultra Edge blades look good too, but for this one, I like this appearance. So I just want to give you a bit of a size comparison before I wrap this up. I've got my Dominic's V5 here, aka Scorch, and you can see, let's see, get this thing kind of centered-ish. So I imagine a lot of people probably have an Aeon or a Dominix. Any of the V3, V4, V5, they're all about the same size. So I figured this was a nice roundabout size to compare it to. So the Fulcrum does beat the Dominix by, you know, it looks like about 1.5 inches or so. And just for a bit of a brightness comparison, this of course is just a stun saber. And of course the soundboard does come with, I believe it's the 7 requisite fonts, one of them including, it's either 7 including mute or 7 plus mute. I can't remember exactly. But, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this is a very, very, very comfortable hilt, very well designed. It is huge, to be sure. It's one of the largest, most, I think, out of proportion size Ultrasabers hilts that they offer. That isn't a completely unique hilt, or, you know, something that they just sort of extrapolated from a character and went their own route. But that being said, it's very pleasing to the eyes. It's very comfortable in the hands, and yeah, I take no issues with the size. I quite like it. Compared to, I have a Saberforge Phoenix. The Saberforge Phoenix is also an Ahsoka Tano hilt, and that thing is only about that big. So, you know, that kind of gives you an idea. I probably should have brought that one down there for the size comparison, but not everyone owns a Phoenix. I figured more people probably own something like the Dominix over there. So anyway, yeah, so I approve. Yes, this is a very, very nice saber, and yeah. What more is there to say? Let's see if I can get this lined up in front of the camera. And I just want to tell everyone I appreciate you watching my video. And if you have any questions, please comment away. I'll try to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Subscribing to my channel would be most appreciated. Like or dislike, whatever you feel is best. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the review, and may the force be with you. I will catch you guys in the next video, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Let's all get through this week in peace and harmony, please. All right, take care now. Bye.